Nottingham City Council. For bulky waste and bin collections, please press 1. Fishbowl.
Hi.
Fishbowl.
Hi, yeah. Could I speak to Mr. or Miss Community Protection, please?
Hi, ma'am.
May be recorded for training and monitoring purposes. For concerns about intimidating, aggressive or distressing
May be recorded for
antisocial
YouTube
behaviour,
purposes.
you can call the non-emergency police number 101.
Thanks.
Please choose from the following 4 options.
Okay.
To report nuisance or antisocial issues like dog fouling or for lost dogs, please press 1. For pest control, press 2.
As slow as... well...
For environmental health and pollution control, including noise from commercial, industrial or licensed premises,
Anything we
or
can make a
existing
book off.
noise case, press 3. For houses in multiple occupation or to report a rogue landlord, please press 4.
More money they want to make?
For anything else, please hold for the next available advisor.
Basically what's happened is a friend of ours received...
Morning, Community Protection, Julian speaking, how can I help?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to Mr. or Miss Community Protection.
Right, I'll need to put you through to the ASB team, just bear with me a second.
Okay. ASB team? Antisocial behaviour, there you go. Seems it must be a Miss or Mr. Community Protection because they keep passing me through to people that they say is...
Community Protection, Brenda speaking.
Yeah, I'd like to speak to Miss or Mr. Community Protection, please.
Okay. Your name is?
Community Protection, can I take a message?
No, you see, I've received a letter, and on this letter it's signed by Community Protection, and underneath it states Community Protection, so I'd like to speak to who signed the letter.
Okay, is there a collar number or anything on it?
No.
4 digits?
No, there's no numbers on it whatsoever.
What's it about, do you know?
It was a letter basically telling me that I can't do certain things.
Right, is it, must be from an ASB officer. Has it got no other contact number on there?
No,
name?
no, nothing at all. It's signed Community Protection, and underneath it's printed Community Protection. Obviously, whoever has actually sent this letter out, I mean, in my opinion, has committed fraud because they're signing it as someone that, well, when I take this to court, I expect Mr. or Miss Community Protection to turn up and defend themselves, and if not, then the council are liable.
Okay, can I take your name, please?
No, I don't feel like I need to give that. I just want to know where this Mr. or Miss Community Protection is.
Well, I need to know what the letter's about.
It says that I can't gather with friends, I can't go to friends' houses, I can't come to the council, I can't go virtually anywhere. It's trying to say that this letter, which has no legal authority whatsoever, is trying to say I can't go around my own life as a free man.
Okay, I think you better speak to a Miss.
Okay.
Okay, and she's in Loxley House. Do you have a number for her?
No, I don't. If you could just give it to us, I'll just write it down.
Yeah, just bear with me a moment, please. Have a look. Just have a look. Very sorry. waiting.
No problem, thank you.
Okay, it's 915
915.
5555.
Ah, well that's the number I phoned at the beginning of this call, and they transferred me to someone else who transferred me to you.
No, just ask them.
Okay, I will do, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
What does she want me to buy?
Welcome to Nottingham City Council. For bulky waste and bin collections, please press 1. For council tax, please press 2.
That was 0.
Switchboard.
Hi?
Switchboard.
Yes, could I please?
Moment. Have you received that?
Hi.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, well, I was supposed to been told I need to speak to...
I think you should put your call through that, please. Hello?
Hi.
Can I have your name, please?
Yeah, it's Mark.
Mark. Right, okay, I'll put your call through to us.
Okay. Gatekeeper after gatekeeper after gatekeeper after gatekeeper after gatekeeper.
Good morning, how can I help?
Hi, yeah, received a letter, a friend of mine received a letter, and I'm calling up to clarify this, what it is. Basically, this letter is saying that he can't meet with certain people and he can't go to the houses, and it's signed by Community Protection. So I'm calling up to speak to Community Protection.
You want to speak to somebody in community?
No. I want to speak to Community Protection, the being that signed the letter.
Right. What? Sorry, the letter. I haven't seen the letter, so I just need. If you could give me a reference.
Well,
Is there a reference?
there are no references on it whatsoever, and I'm of the belief that this is a fraudulent letter, because when I take this to court, if Mr. or Miss Community Protection does not turn up to defend themselves, then this will make the leader or the CEO of the City Council liable for it, and this is fraud. So if there's no Mr. or Miss Community Protection there, can you confirm this?
Community protection is a department.
Exactly, so how can a department sign a letter?
I would have to ask the department that. If I can take your details, I can find out who it should be, who you should be speaking to, and ask them to give you a call.
That's okay, I'll call back in about an hour, and hopefully you'll have found out whoever I need to speak to then.
Right, can you just give me a little bit more information from the letter so I know what I'm speaking about?
Well, it basically says that my friend isn't allowed to meet with his friends, he's not allowed to go to
Who is your friend?
Michael Summers.
So the letter says that he is not allowed
To meet any of his friends or to go to their houses. And basically, he can't walk around Nottingham City, apparently, according to this letter, which of course is a total breach of human rights, and as well as the fact that the letter's fraudulent.
Right. And you're going to call me back. Do you want to leave your name?
It's Mark.
Mark. All right then, Mark. I'll wait your call.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, like I'm going to get any answers from them.
Welcome to Nottingham City Council. For bulky waste and bin collections, please press 1. Council tax, please press 2. For housing benefits, please press 3. For all other inquiries, either press 0 or continue to hold to be connected to an office.
Not worth it. Switchboard.
Hi, could I speak to please?
Here.
No, I need to speak to Lynn, so I'll call her back in about half an hour.
Okay then.
Thanks.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Wonder what the meeting's about.
Wonder what the meeting's about, exactly.
We'll have to find out who this is, because of course I think it's them acting as a third party, which of course acting as a third party, and the third party is still the gaffers who won't answer the questions. So if necessary, we'll have to use a third party to question them.
Yeah.
But it'd be very interesting to see why people aren't allowed to visit their friends.
And under what authority they think they
Well,
have.
this is why we're getting there now, because of course the legislation they're trying to change, of course, means that if you can't deal with this after November the 1st, do you really think they're going to believe anything else when you say you've got rights?
Well, I hope everyone out there realises that this is one of the steps towards a total dictatorship. And the council already think they are a dictatorship. Think it's a dictatorship.
Well, to be fair, this might be coming from even lower down their ranks than one of their cronies, because the head of the, what do you call it, the civil enforcement, you have to ring the police to speak to him. He started off my little investigation just when I thought, hang on a minute, this isn't right. I thought we had rights. He doesn't think we've got any. So I think we need his signature as well. But a signature for somebody to take responsibility for telling our friends they're not allowed out to play. We can see what authority they have. But if they go wrong, I think we'd better ask the police.
The police aren't interested in anything. Our mate went to them to report data protection, the fact that they'd given his address, or a care of address that only the council had given it to the police to go and tell him he's being a naughty boy. So they breached data protection. We went to the police and we asked the police who did it, and they said, oh, we don't know.
Oh, well, I've seen this quite a few times, particularly when the police and the civil companies are working together, such as not wanting to give your details to a civil company. I've watched a police officer try to arrest somebody, not giving any charges, removing them from the crowd, unless they gave them details. So, in theory, no problem. This gentleman I watched, got it on video, gave his details to the policeman. But the civil enforcement officer stands next to the police officer to get the details. Now, I would have done it slightly differently, saying, well, no, what I'm arrested for, whatever charge you're putting on, I will not allow the charge to be dropped, because once you put a charge on, I need to know what's being arrested for, especially if they're going to use section 14, because they tend to use this one as well, quite a lot, saying that you're causing a disturbance by not giving your details to a private company to rob you. We'll have to see what happens.
They'll just try and rob us like they have been robbing us. Nottingham City Council have got to be the most corrupt council in Nottingham.
To be fair, there's a lot of action within the council at the moment changing, and it looks as though, that'll teach you a lesson, it looks as though there still might be some honest people in there wanting to sort this out, but we'll find out.
There's some honest councillors, unfortunately, not to do with the council itself.
That's right. Tink. Now, got a little bit of soft background music. I think we'll turn that off now.
Yeah, otherwise...
Yeah. Well, I'm having to stand in for the bald man at the moment, as he's retraining as a tourist guide for the Galactic Federation. He's got a 22-year contract, I believe, until he leaves this mortal coil. But standing in for him at the moment. I think you know what I've been up to, trying to chase councils to just speak to anybody with authority. They're getting even more confusing. Our good friend Mickey, we're friends. There's people will call us other things on there because, you know, he's got some dark stuff that he's got to deal with, and so have I, and so has Ceylon, and so have a few others. So people think we band together. We don't. We just help each other. Put another zero on. Oh, that's a
it's good to help your fellow man or woman.
Well, there's some people trying to help here. We've got glances at some paperwork which is very, very confusing, so we're going to make a call about it. It's from Nottingham City Council, but it's actually to... We've got Mickey's name still left on here. We've had to remove a few details.
We've removed the address, that's all.
Yeah.
Everything else, notice there's no contact details up there.
No
None
reference,
whatsoever.
Nothing at all. And then we get a little bit further down, and this is a bit that's confusing me, so I'm going to ask some questions. It says, "Dear Sir, Nottingham City Council and yourself." Okay, and then we finish off after several points.
Who's yourself again?
I think it might be this person's self. And it's actually signed.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah. Community protection. It's a
Oh,
signature.
dear, oh
Remember I was saying
dear.
about names and liabilities? But this is a very confusing document that we may actually have to call the police on just to try and to explain, unless the council can say, yes, we have sent this, and yes, the author of this is, what, written on behalf of, what, the CEO?
CEO or the leader.
Yeah, it's a bit of
them.
conflict and interest, but yeah, they're getting a bit upset with Mickey shouting because no one's actually responding. And I don't shout, I just try to make sure everybody knows how embarrassing it is. Right, there's no reference or contact number. Got any numbers for them?
9155555.
So it's 01159 5555. Now I hope everybody can appreciate this number. It's a bit complicated in case you need to ring it. And who do you think I should be asking for? Because we've had a few
This time.
Oh, I might need my glasses on.
Welcome to Nottingham City Council.
Thank you.
For bulky waste and bin collections, please press 1. For council tax, please press 2.
Money.
For housing benefits, please press
Money.
3. For all other enquiries, either press 0 or continue to hold to be connected to an operator.
What's your zero?
No, he meant that. I've done it 50 people. I don't know what that is.
Switchboard can help you.
Yes, I want to speak to somebody in particular if they're available. The name what? Off, please. Oh yes, I've got it here.
Thank you, I'll just try it for you.
Definitely is City Council.
Papa speaking. No, it's Papa.
Papa, who are you, Papa? What's your role?
Saba, I work at 18.
Okay. Available?
She's off on her lunch at the moment.
Oh, okay then. Well, mate, are we sure we should call back? Okay then, I will be calling back. I'm dealing with a little issue of a letter that seems very, very confusing. I'm afraid I can't give you a reference, or your reference, or contact an email, because it's been sent without one, and I've got a feeling, I want to check if this is actually legitimate, or somebody's actually using Nottingham City Council to commit an act of fraud, but in it. It's actually in here saying we have to agree. But this document looks very, very iffy, and it's asking somebody to do some very, very strange things. So I'm hoping you can give me she can give me a call back as soon as possible. I think what I will need to do is to ring 101. But I think I better check first, so I don't want you having to deal with police when it could actually just be somebody very, very stupid and not put the references on.
She should be back within the next hour if you want to ring back, or tell her to give you a call.
She's got a long lunch then. What time does she go to lunch then? Must have been just recently. We were expecting, well, we're trying to call her earlier. We haven't been able to get hold of her. It's 2 o'clock. So you think she'll return from lunch by 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to preempt her, letting her know that I'll be calling, or she can call me? I'll give you my telephone number if you like.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Don't forget to cut this out. Right.
Calling.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Okay, Jonathan, I'll get her to call you back.
Okay, what was your name again? Because I didn't pronounce it very well.
Saba.
Saba. Okay, I think that's good. The other name I could ask for if she's there.
No, I don't think she's here right now.
She alive, perhaps?
Might be, to be honest.
Okay, then.
Went not long ago.
Okay, you have a lovely morning. It's just very important we do speak, because this is very, very odd. It's got your heading on it, but all the other details seem to be really, really strange, and what they've actually asked to do is actually not legal. And then the signature is very, very interesting, so it's looking as though it's coming from your department, and I don't think it can be, because you'll have records of letters, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we would.
And we'd just give you the reference number and you'd find it, wouldn't you?
I'm not too sure. I haven't been working that long. I'll probably deal with that.
Okay, that's fine. You have a nice day, and we'll speak to you in a bit then. Lynn, hopefully. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Right. Well, we've always said how easy it is to get through to everybody. Oh, there's a number up there.
Well, isn't that strange that when I called her at about 10:30 this morning, and then said I'd call her back an hour later, I can't remember if she was there or not, but then, oh yeah, that was it, she was in a meeting. And now we've called, what's now, 2 o'clock-ish?
It is now actually 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, so now, and when we called earlier, she's been in a lunch. She goes for lunch at 2 o'clock. That's rather peculiar. And goes for lunch with her at the same time. It's almost like they don't want to speak to us.
No, they're very French, because remember, we're going to be under French law, and French, very long lunches and lots of wine. But do you think we actually should have a look at this letter? So we got it in
I think we should, yeah.
Okay, the letter in question has actually been sent to, and he doesn't mind us saying, is to Mickey Summers. All references at the top and who you can contact is gone, and it says urgent and important. We can flash this up on screen. 10th of October, dear sir. So it's definitely to Mickey.
But Mickey's not a sir.
Well, to them he is, because it helps. And then the next heading is Nottingham City Council and yourself.
Who's yourself?
Well, this might be a way out. They actually might be very, very clever by actually saying this is Nottingham City Council and yourself. I don't know if it's some really clever legal ploy.
This is Nottingham City Council we're talking about.
Well, they're either an absolute genius, because you know I like my paperwork, or complete idiot, and I've got to treat them as a genius, as though it's a game of chess. But we note that you have matters concerning historical abuse, and they're meant to be dealing with the police. So we're skimping through this. You've already been sent a letter on the 3rd of October to confirm that your point... Apparently, this Mickey Summers, has recently behaved in a manner which is unacceptable to the council, its staff, councillors, visitors, employees or agents. And you have caused harassment and alarm in your behaviour, some of which is detailed below. The reason why Mickey keeps going in and trying to actually speak to the boss... I've got to have to do that anyway. And they just really do not want to speak to him, because it might have some implications, because the questions they can't answer. It's going to let everybody down, isn't it? So in September the 11th, he... Oh, here it comes. You're disrupting a meeting by shouting and being abusive. Your associates recorded this incident and it was uploaded onto the internet. That's one on September the 11th, but the one on the 8th was BBC.
Yeah, the 11th was nothing to do with... these are just... They don't even know what's going on. Typical council.
Okay. Well, whoever's written this down has got some dates here. 28th of September, you conducted a protest outside Chief Executive's home. Oh, what? Well, why don't you see him at work, Mickey? Surely he'll agree to see you there, won't he?
He did afterwards.
Oh, he did?
Afterwards.
Oh, fantastic. So we're actually getting somewhere. Yeah, and again, you caused harassment, alarm and distress. You shouted abuse and obscenities through a microphone.
That's lies.
Well, it's up on the internet, so you can have a look. And your associates filmed you. This was later.
Oh no!
To the
Somebody
internet.
filmed him! That's terrible! They must be breaking a law, according to the council.
Yeah, but you've uploaded it to the internet, so...
Oh yeah,
they don't want that up
you're
there.
not allowed to put stuff up on the internet that everyone can see how corrupt Nottingham City Council are.
Oh, he also visited, this is on the 1st of October, demanding to speak, because of course he still hadn't got to see him by then.
Yeah, but he did come down then because he didn't want Mickey to go back and visit him, to tell him again.
Well, I'm afraid Mickey's been gesticulating and shouting and obstructed people in the reception area from leaving the building.
No, yourself has, not Mickey. Let's not forget.
This is why I'm saying he might be a genius. They might actually say, no, we didn't say you, we said Nottingham City Council and yourself, not referring to who it is. So this is why, because otherwise it's saying you did these things, and of course they've got video non-stop playing in there, or recording in there, which will show these things, so as well as the stuff that was uploaded to the internet.
Why don't you up them to the internet?
Yeah, well, people were visibly harassed, alarmed and distressed by your behaviour.
Total poo-poo.
I think you shouting, do you know your leaders are paedophiles? Well,
isn't that a question?
He did actually say, he says, do you know?
Well, that's
but he's
a question.
asking them.
Yeah, that's a question.
Right, and that might be his opinion. But
So what they're saying is, you can't ask questions of the council because we're above the law.
Right, now, I started this bit back with me just to see, because I was told that we don't have any rights of appeal, the council does everything, is like, shall we call it the Democratic German Party 1933, and they make the rules up and you don't have any rights. Now, that's bad enough if people think that already, because the laws change even more, so even this type of thing will become a criminal act if we give these non-existent people the authority by stupidity.
It'll only be a criminal act under statutes and acts which only apply if you consent to them.
They don't like this. We've got number 4 here, October the 2nd. Attended Loxley House Association with a megaphone. You could be heard throughout the building. Oh, so it was very effective then.
That was the idea.
Whoa.
Mickey would be halfway through a phone call and they hung up on him. So he went to Loxley House to finish the phone call, which is what he did. and then left.
They do usually hang up if it gets too far. I mean, I'm dealing with some decent people at the moment who I believe want to stay on the line, but our phones go down, they ring back. These people don't. Right, yeah, it was filmed this instant thereafter, uploaded the footage to the internet.
Oh, yeah,
it's not in the public interest, is it?
Utterly disgraceful, uploading stuff for the public to view and make their own minds up. That's the last thing the council would want.
Well, he's not been very good here as well, because on October the 4th, he attended the council surgery at Rise Park. You're approached by park and obstructed him from leaving the car park on his way to attend official council event in the city centre.
That's an absolute lie, because he was there for his surgery between 11 and 12.
Ah, you're right. Yes, so he wasn't actually there stopping him leaving, because he's there from 11 to 12. What time was it?
11:30.
So where he was
20
going.
past. So he was actually leaving 40 minutes before his surgery finished.
So he'd done 20 minutes of surgery.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know. I'm sorry, we didn't know there was an important meeting that overshadowed the surgery of what the actual people would like to
So the
ask.
last thing they want to do is speak to the people.
We'd like to know which meeting that was to make sure it was important, because we would apologise. We really would apologise if it's that important. Right, this behaviour is not acceptable. In order to address your behaviour, you are now to refrain from the following. Now remember, there's no references, there's no real name on it, but somebody we want to know is asking Mickey to refrain.
You're the ones responsible for this.
So if
you're the ones guilty of fraud.
So who are these letters being sent by, on whose behalf? Are they being sent on behalf of community protection?
It's not actually a real signature, it's a photocopied one, even the community protection.
Yeah, but it does say community protection.
Yeah.
Which I believe, unfortunately, I know he's a good friend of... Because when I started this, he's what I was dealing with immediately and says, you don't want to do this. I mean, mine was a parking ticket, I remember. He's going like, you don't want to do this. This isn't the right way to go. This caused people's harm. So let's... I mean, his attitude from that point, we go like, I'm authoritative. I can do this. So if this has come from community protection, we'll have to assume it's sign the letter. But I don't think you should when you find out that Nottingham City Council and yourself might have been making a bit of a balls up. Right, A. You are not permitted to enter any council premises, including but not limited to Loxley House. Well, if I stop it just at that. Right, so they've actually removed his implied rights of access.
They haven't. They're just saying you're not allowed there.
So, but they're trying to make it look, because remember, it looks very official.
But wait a minute, who's saying this?
Community.
You couldn't make it up, could you?
Right, so remember, nobody wants to take it. So we're going to find out who's actually sent this letter. That's our
we'll
job.
Try and find out.
Yeah, and basically, if not, we're going to say, well, is somebody posing as the council? Because that's fraud as well, isn't it? But obviously, somebody's a bit rattled. But if it goes all the way to the top, it ends up with the same people we're complaining about. As I said, what's the point of complaining to your abusers of abuse?
Yeah.
I've been doing that. And there are other forms of abuse. Remember, this is just financial with me. But people have actually had their lives turned upside down. And they're complaining to people at the top. Not the people who abuse them, of course, just people at the top. The same way as most people at the top
you mean
get there by...
the gatekeepers?
It's embarrassing for them, because if these things have been going on, it's meant to be their duty of care, and it's about money.
Yeah.
Because, we have a 70 million shortfall this year to claim back. Did you know that? After all the stoppage, we're still short of saving 70 million.
Well, I can save them, and we can give them 13 million on top.
You know how that counts. 13 million, because the lamppost that will have to be replaced. We've got to think, this is actually putting us further into debt. So if we can survive by repairing what we've got and be a little bit frugal, the council will not put us in debt for another 83 million. Now, that's not bad, actually, so stop the lamppost straight away. There might be some repercussions there.
Well, okay, 13 million's worth we can call off as repercussions, but it's still, if it finds that 70 million.
A little point as well is getoutofdebtfree.org. Yeah, they've actually managed to claw back £13 million already. There's by people actually listening and going, hang on a minute, you can't be charging me that. But while we're still giving these people permissions, they're going to be dark. Oh, what do we get to? He's not permitted to go there. Right, B. Allowing the uploading by others or uploading onto the internet or any social media, including films filmed on the premises of council involving anyone, Nottingham Council, its staff, councillors, visitors. So Mickey's got to do what? Has he got to actually
He's got to stop whoever's uploading it from uploading it. How is he going to do that?
Well, I thought these people could do it because obviously they're giving the authority to Mickey to. Do
Oh
something
yeah,
about it.
Mickey's got authority now. Then.
Or unless they're taking his authority.
Oh, of course, it's not Mickey though, is it? It's yourself that's got the authority.
Yeah, Nottingham City Council and yourself. So they have worded this very carefully because they're talking to ourselves, which to you is yourself. Right, so he's not allowed to do that. You are to ensure that all material that has been uploaded to the internet and social media websites in relation to Nottingham City Council's corruption, fraud and accusations of criminal intent and fraud under the Fraud Act. Oh, sorry, they didn't actually say all that. Employers or agents are involved, yourself and associates, is to be removed forthwith. Now, I'll tell you what we can do on that one, because I don't know if you notice I'm a bit hairier than the bald man, and just see if we can see. Oh, I can't see it now, but parked up in Homage-Stadt, I say he's very busy. But King Abdullah Quay is closed for a while, and I hope you think that that's because we're very good and compliant people, because we're not. It's going to be rejigged, and it's going to be put into a very, very personal name, where anybody who's been accused of anything dark or nasty can come and take that person to court to say that I've lied. You get it?
Oh yes.
So you won't see my videos, you'll see my videos, but not yet. Let's just see if we get some more smelly poo out of them. Right, we've got to remove everything. C, using or inciting others to use any offensive, abusive, upsetting, intimidating language to anyone in public in the city of Nottingham. This includes but not limited to the words or phrases like, please from now on nobody shout paedophile. Your leaders are paedophiles. Your leaders are harbouring paedophiles.
Your leaders are paedophile protectors.
Because remember, if you believe this, it's a belief, but you're not allowed to believe this. I don't want to believe it. I just believe there's historic stuff here that is rather embarrassing, and if we use the attitude of the council, it can continue.
And I believe it's still going on.
It can continue. So this is maybe why they're worried. Let's see if they are or not. Oh, we're on to D now. Using... Oh no, we've just done that one, haven't we? It's the same thing.
No, you did that one.
It's the same thing. It says using or inciting others to use any offensive, abusive, upsetting, intimidating language to anyone at Nottingham City Council, its staff, councillors, visitors, employees, agents. This includes but not limited to the words phrased as... Right, so you're very good at this. Your leaders are paedophiles. Right.
This is from their paperwork, by the way.
We're only reading what you put. Right. Using or inciting others... Oh. I'll have to get it. We'll pause. It doesn't sound like your council paperwork. And it goes through several instructions from A to I. And then it's signed, yours faithfully, community protection. So is there actually personal instructions? Has anybody actually sent this letter?
This letter has gone out from our community protection. If you want to discuss this, if you could put it in writing.
No. This letter is no. Is it your letter then? Am I going to address this to you? Because this isn't signed. We need a reference to put on it. Yeah, is the reference for this letter's come from?
No, the letter has come to you from community protection. It hasn't come to you. It's come to Mr. Summers. Mr. Summers has to contact me via email or letter. I'm now going to terminate this call. Thank you.
Oh, okay then. We got very far on that, didn't we?
Right. And you're going to call me back. Do you want to leave your name?
It's Mark.
Mark. All right then, Mark. I'll wait your call.
Okay,
sounded very wide. Let's do 101. Shall we do 101?
Oh, I think we shall.
Right then. 01. Now, I don't know if you know about this, but if ever you do anything on 101, the police are meant to investigate anything you put through. They are logged. But this is just a bit
Thank
silly.
you for calling 101.
They might think we're a bit strange, but at least we can log it.
If you require an alternative force, press hash.
Force. Notice it's a force.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Nottinghamshire Police. If you know the extension number, please dial it now, or press 1 to say the name of the person or department you require. If you are reporting a crime or incident, press 2. If you would like to speak to the operator, then please hold, or press hash to hear this menu again.
I think the operator might be nice. I don't know. We'll have to wait. They'll... what can we say?
Connecting you to the operator.
Might be a job for... Do I look good in these glasses?
Oh yeah.
Thanks. If I can't see anything, can I borrow yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job it's not an emergency.
Well, that's why it's 101. Emergency is 999. Or 666, as the ball man would say. Looking at the world upside down.
Share police switchboard, how can I help?
Well, I'm not quite sure at the moment. I actually might need your liaison officer. But I've received some very interesting paperwork looking as though there are demands being made by the council, but they refuse to say who's authored it and actually want us to write to them. But they've made demands that this gentleman is not allowed to mix with his friends or to... he's just not allowed to do things. But nobody at the council will actually say who it's from.
Right, okay.
So I want to know if there's anything the police have actually done.
Okay, is it so that you need to speak to?
I think so, because it looks like fraud, but we're not quite sure if he works for you or the council, so we're assuming he sits right in the middle. But I want to see if he wants to take responsibility for this letter, so we can deal with it.
Okay, let me try his line and see if you can speak to him about it.
Thank you. Let him know it's Jonathan. So the people who are bullying him want them to write to them.
Director Support, I'm speaking.
Oh, hello. I was after...
I can see if he's available for you, 1 second.
Thank you. So as I say, they want you now, we're bullying you. We'll go, so we'll get to the top.
They certainly haven't told him that it's you calling.
No. Jonathan. Hello?
Jonathan who, sir?
Well,
Jonathan who, sorry?
you know me as Jonathan Christian from previous correspondence, but I've got a really, really big problem at the moment. I think you might be the man to solve it. We've been given some correspondence, as say by my friends as well, that has got very, very strong orders for this person to do, including who he's allowed to meet with and everybody else. They didn't put any reference on it, nobody would sign it, so I'm thinking it's coming from the top, but it looks like these are actually orders from the council. But I don't think it can be from the council. I'm just wondering if it's something the police have issued, or if, because this person's asked him to write back to confirm, but there's no authority on here. They just asked this person not to meet with people, not to do this, not to go here, not to go there, but it's not signed by anybody, and they won't put any references numbers on it, nothing. Apparently. But I know you're the man at the top there, so I'm understanding, is it from you as a council, or I'm understanding it's from... what, the civil enforcement, the police? Which group is this from?
I don't know. I think it's got a name on there. You need to
have you authored anything to tell Mickey Summers that he's not allowed to go anywhere? But the name is actually signed, and it's a signature. It says Community Protection. That's it.
I think you need to speak to...
We've done that, but just to speak to her, but you're at the very top. So do we actually go through the police? Is this a police form? Because it's really scaring him. It looks like if he steps out and talks to people, there's going to be loads of action against him. But it's from nobody. There's no level of authority or control, or what? I mean, what is? She's writing to this man, refusing to put details on here, telling him you can't do this and you can only speak to me. I thought I'd go straight for her boss and find out what's going on. Could you have a word with?
Can do, you need to speak to...
I can't speak to... North has no authority apart from she's sending very, very strange letters out telling people what's going to happen to them if they speak to anybody or go anywhere, if they say anything. This is from Lynn. So who's it? Or has it come down from the very top and your bosses?
I honestly don't know what you're on about, so you need to speak to them. On there, so I don't know what you're on about.
Well, basically, the council's sending out what look like very, very bad, shoddy letters addressed to Dear Sirs, Nottingham City Council and yourself. Will not put any references on, will not put a signature on there. I'm going to request that this letter is sent again with a signature on it, which I assume that you'll know about then. So my next call for who won't take any calls once things in writing is put a signature on here, Peter, so we can deal with this. This is a machine. Put a name on this so we can actually deal with it. I'm still going to sort stuff out about parking fines, but this is to do with people's rights to investigate being raped. And is pretending she has authority to stop him talking to anybody. Have you got that authority? Because you're a boss.
I've no idea what you're on about.
Right, well, I think you should speak to... see what it's about, so I can give you a ring back, because I'm refusing to speak to anybody who hangs up on you and actually refuses to talk. So you're her boss, and there's only one person above you, as far as I'm concerned. So if we can get this sorted...
Who's the address to?
The letter is addressed to Mr. M. Summers, and then it says very clearly, because it's for all of us, Nottingham City Council and yourself. You see what I mean? Okay? Yep. So if we look at that, well, I can't give you references, and I'm going to give you a call back if you do not mind me doing that.
You can do if you want, and I'll find out what it's on about. But yeah.
That's brilliant, because I haven't done too well with other things we've dealt with, but this one should be quite simple to find out who's getting scared and who's writing these letters, because it's not very nice when you've got no real people to actually deal with, and they're threatening with all sorts of things. If you go here, talk to your friends, do anything, you will be in what type of poo-poo? Because it's only headed from the Nottingham Council, but it looks fake at the moment, but assured me that they've sent it. I want to know who's authored it, who's actually sent it, because of course you'll want to know as well, won't you? If they're doing things which are really bad for the count. Thank you. I'll give you a call back tomorrow if that's okay, because I've got a few things to do, and if you haven't achieved anything by then, I'll wait longer.
Okay then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Right, well, 7 minutes long, we'll have to cut that down. But can you see, he's meant to be the top guy on there, and he wants us to speak to, and nobody wants to speak to, round and round in circles. But was one of the guys I dealt with at the very beginning to try to explain that some of their policies not only will cause harm for disabled people, they were actually illegal, and if they carried on doing it, they were going to commit fraud, and they did so. But, you know, he's got some questions to answer.
Just like this, I suspect.
But his job is to deal with this. So,
because he's head of community protection, isn't he?
He's the head of community protection. If you want to ring, you don't ring the council, you ring the police. He has a separate number.
101. And then ask for...
as we just did. Right, well, I don't know if we can't finish off the letter now. What was on the last bit of the letter? We've done it all, haven't we?
No, not quite.
H, he's not allowed to telephone anyone at Nottingham City or its staff, councillors, visitors, employees, agents, other than... and this is solely for the purpose of a specific role.
Whoa. If he's not to phone anyone other than... how can he possibly phone...
There's another bit here. Attending Nottingham City Council organised or sponsored events without express permission from the North.
Needs permission!
You see, Liz has taken control as though she's his head mistress. And at this rate, as you say, she doesn't want to talk because she's not a very good head. Should we put him in a chokey? Right, well, sorry, Mickey, I thought I waffled on a bit from on there, but it was quite interesting going through those letters and who's scared of who. What should we cover now?
That's about it for the time being.
Love to the bald man.
And love to you all.
See you for now.
So...
But we've been told that we've been given court orders.
Right, okay. This is not court ordered. Right, okay. This is not court ordered. Right, okay. This is not court ordered. And on the paperwork, as the paperwork itself pertains to it doesn't... The paperwork doesn't purport to be a court order.
Let's not forget the councils do issue their own liability orders with council tax.
Yeah. It doesn't purport to be a court order.
Let's not forget the councils do issue their own liability orders with council tax.
Yeah. It doesn't purport to be a court order.
Let's not forget the councils do issue their own liability orders with council tax.
Yeah.
Debt Free TV, in association with GetOutOfDebtFree.org.